Hello and welcome to the Friday Strategy Corner. My name is Michelle Zink and I'm the owner of Intentional Solutions Corp. I'm a business, life, and leadership strategist, and my goal is to share simple strategies to help you take your life and business to the next level of success. Okay, today we're talking about doing hard things. So I was at my clients this week, and I've had a couple other clients I've been talking to this week, and just out in the world in general, we've had a lot of hard things to do. And what I love about hard things is that we as humans just need to realize that in order to grow and evolve and to do the things that we really want to do, like create these amazing lives I keep talking about, you've got to do hard things. So for myself personally, what I want to teach you is that when you come across something hard to do, you acknowledge it being hard. The first thing that I used to do was when it was hard, I would say, no, it's not. It's okay. I'll be fine. And what I realized when I didn't really absorb and acknowledge that it was hard, I didn't do as good of a job, and it was really hard for me to do it because it was, it's kind of like, it shouldn't be this hard. You should be able to do this. So by not acknowledging it, I had a hard time even doing the thing because I wasn't giving myself the space to realize that it's hard, and I know it's going to be hard. So if it's hard, how can I actually do it? So by acknowledging that something is hard, you can then create a strategy on how you can actually accomplish it. So for instance, if you have a situation, let's think doing something hard. Maybe you have a tough conversation to do with one of your employees, right? Employee, husband, wife, friend, never easy. So you acknowledge this is going to be hard. Okay, so if it's hard, what do I need to do before I talk to him, and what do I need to do after I talk to him? For me personally, if I have a hard conversation, I will role play with myself. I'll go over the facts that I want to talk to them about so that I make sure I'm prepared and I'm not getting very emotional. And then after the conversation, especially if I'm working with a hard conversation with a client or a colleague, I will go ahead and then write down notes of how I could possibly have done it better, what I did really well, and just kind of to learn from myself. Like, how did I handle that? What could I possibly have done differently? And so this way, next time when I do something else that's hard, then it's going to be a little bit easier because I'm going to know what to expect, and I'm going to have some notes, and I'll be able to review those before I have that hard conversation. Now, I've done an episode on crucial conversations, I believe. I'm going to go back and check that. But that's what I do is I look at crucial conversations. I figure out, again, what are the facts, and I stick to the facts, and then I share, what my story is based off of the facts. I allow the person to share what their issues are, and then we have a conversation back and forth to finally agree on something. So again, what I want you guys to realize and acknowledge is that we are doing hard things right now. And the more that you could acknowledge it and realize it, the better you can prepare and the better you can learn from yourself. So that's my call to action this week. When you're feeling like this is hard, just acknowledge it. Because again, if you're listening to this podcast, I say podcast, I'm so used to doing podcasts. If you're listening to this video, you are someone who likes to create strategies. You're someone who's learning and growing. So guess what? To do that, you've got to do hard things. So my call to action for you is to go ahead and acknowledge it's going to be hard, and then set up an agenda. What are you going to do before the hard thing, and then what are you going to do after the hard thing? Again, for me, I set up thinking about role playing. What do I really want to talk about? And then at the end, I take notes on how I could have possibly done it better, what went really well, so that I can learn from myself, and then make the next conversation that I have to have when it's a hard thing even easier. And I say conversation, it could be anything. It could be putting out a blog post. It could be calling someone up to ask them a question. Whatever is hard for you, that's what you need to acknowledge, and then put a strategy together to get it accomplished. Okay, until next time, remember, together we can make anything happen. Let's take action together. Thank you and have an amazing weekend.